Hi, this is not a very good hunting channel. Today I'm going to be taking a look at one of my newest pieces of equipment. New this year from Sitka is their Merino 330 hoodie. So I'll be taking a look at that and comparing it to their Fanatic hoodie, as well as some Merino base layers from First Lite. So take a look at that and stay tuned. Alright, so yeah, let's start this. This is the newest addition to the lineup. It is the Sitka Merino 330 hoodie. And this is pretty much what I thought was going to be the replacement to the Fanatic. So, Fanatic here and the 330 here. So Sitka is, I guess, expanded on their Merino lineup. Now, this video is going to be all over the place, as most of mine are, but I'll just start off with why I got this. The idea behind this was to have a warmer version of the Fanatic hoodie. I love the Fanatic hoodie. It's awesome. It's just not as warm as I thought it was going to be when I got it. Like it's decent, and it's the hood and the face mask is surprisingly warm considering how thin it is. But I just felt like I needed something a little bit thicker than the thin Fanatic. Anybody who has a Fanatic, it's fairly thin. Like in my other video, I show that, it's not a thick hoodie like I thought it was going to be. It's still warm. Like it's not, it's not like you're wearing a t-shirt or anything like that. But I wanted something warmer. So when Sitka came out with their Merino lineup with their 330 hoodie, I thought, well, they're advertising it as 330 weight Merino, and I have a 350 weight Merino in my First Lite furnace, which is this piece right here. That's one of the base layers. I got a new crew neck, but anyways, and it's thick. Like it's thick and it's warm. It's a great base layer. But you can see, I don't know how you can see, take a look. Like it's a good thick material. Like, and it's soft and it's warm and it's like good thick heavy duty stuff. So now Sitka is advertising that this is 330 weight Merino. Now their Merino is different. Their Merino is armor spun Merino, which has some, I guess, a nylon outer coil on top of it. But like, just feeling it, it's hard to pick it up. But this stuff is not nearly as thick as the 350 on the First Lite furnace. Like, it's hard to gauge. It's not nearly as thick at all. Like, it's very, very thin compared to this stuff. So that's the 350 furnace. Now I'm wearing the First Lite kiln, which is 220, I think. The kiln is 220. And I won't say it's as thin as the 220, but it's very close. Like, it's very close thickness to the 220 First Lite merino gear. So I don't know, like, you know, what the rating system is in merino, but if I would to, if you didn't tell me that this was 330, I would say it's closer to a 220. Like, if you held these two shirts up next to each other, blind test, nobody knew, the weight of the merino. I couldn't see anybody who would say that these aren't similar, these two, or more similar than the weight of this one to this one. This 350 is much thicker than this 330. So I don't know. I mean, again, maybe it's because they have the armor spun nylon over top of the merino that makes it feel like it's a thinner material. So I don't know about the science behind all that, but anyway, I'm just going out of what I'm noticing. I didn't get a chance to. I ordered these online because my local shop that carries Sitka didn't have any in stock, but they're having a sale online, so I picked it up. So it was kind of like a blind test, I guess. So with that being said, I figured, well, make a video, and if anybody's looking at replacing your Fanatic hoodie with this new merino hoodie, hopefully this will be something that can help you out in making your decision. Okay, so with that being said, that it does not feel like the 350 from. Well, that's gonna bother me all morning. So because it's not the same as the 350, it's a lot closer to a 220. Just in feel, anyways. Thickness, like when you're feeling it with your fingers, is much softer than the Fanatic. The Fanatic is made out of like polyester, right? So it's got the fleece lining, the micro fleece, whatever they call it there, the micro fleece lining, and the shell is just a regular polyester shell. It's still soft, it's nice, it's smooth, but this feels much nicer. I don't know if I would wear this against my skin, just because I already have like thinner base layer stuff or thicker base layer stuff, and when I'm out hunting, I'm not really. It's colder when I hunt, so I would usually always have something underneath this, anyways. But just as is against your skin, it is very nice and soft. Now, one thing I'll say is that because of the fact that they use merino, the hood and the face mask are a lot looser than the Fanatic. The Fanatic, maybe they got complaints about the Fanatic saying that the face mask was too tight, but I'll put this on and I'll show you how it's a little bit more baggy than the Fanatic hoodie. I like the Fanatic hoodie for the hood and the face mask. It's nice and snug, but this one is very baggy, like it's very loose. I tried moving the hood around or whatever like that, but it feels really loose. I can't really get it good to sit nice against my face. Like it's always like it's very baggy. I don't know if you can see that, but see how it's barely touching my nose? So it's pretty loose. I'm looking at the construction between the two of them, and they look like they're both built roughly the same. So I don't know if it's just because the Merino has no elasticity to it compared to the polyester, or they put more elastic in the back, or maybe where they attached the mask. It's hard to see there, but maybe they attach the mask a little bit further back in the hood to make it tighter against your face. But that's the first thing I noticed when I put this on, is that the face mask is a lot more loose than the Fanatic face mask. Also gone, because it's not, they're not advertising as the Fanatic 2 or anything like that. So also different is that it doesn't have the hand warmer part that flips over. That's not available in this one, but it's pretty much built the same as the Fanatic. It's got the chest pocket. And it goes in. You can throw like a heat pad in there or whatever you want. The one neat thing too was also they changed the hoodie. The pocket of the hoodie. So they call it like a low profile. So it's not as noticeable when you put your well, I guess it'd be difficult to find it, but it's quite warm too. This is nice and warm. So the hand warmer pocket, I guess they call it. But what I noticed too is inside, when you get to the pocket, so that chest pocket here, as well as the hand warmer pocket, like the kangaroo pocket, like a pouch. It's all nylon on the back, so I guess to give it more strength than just the Merino, to reinforce the pocket area. So that's like a nylon. Inside it feels like it's the Merino though. It's nice and thick and warm. So that's nice that they have a little bit more of a reinforcement in that. But you can see the material here, which is the Merino, I'm assuming, because it's not the same material as the Fanatic. So you can see like that grid pattern on it, on the Fanatic. So that's not the same as what that is made of. This is more of like a just thin wool, but it feels pretty warm. But again, it's definitely a lot more loose. Now, I mean, maybe I just got one that's a little bit different, or they might all be like that. Let me try putting it on with a hat. Okay, so if I have a hat on, it it tightens up a little bit more. Not much, but you know. Anyway, tighten this zipper here on the neck. So maybe this is designed to go over with a hat, but it's still pretty loose. Like, so I don't know how much I like that compared to the Fanatic. I preferred the Fanatic mask because I like it to be tighter against my skin. Let me take this off. So, like I said, this is a lot softer. The other nice thing about this, because it's softer and not as, I guess it's not as stretchy or clingy as a Fanatic, is putting on, so this is the Fanatic. I find that with the Fanatic, when you're putting it on, it takes a little bit to get it. Now, it might just be because, like I'm putting it on over Merino. So it kind of grabs the Merino, and I gotta twist this around to get the arms lined up properly, because it doesn't just naturally slide. So you gotta kind of find the thumb hole, because it's sticking and clinging to the base layer, the Merino base layer underneath. So I don't know if that's just the fabric of the Sitka, that like the elasticity in it is really, really tight, which is nice. So it's nice and what do you call it, form fitting, I guess. So it's good for layering because it's not big and bulky, but once you get it on, it's perfectly fine. You can move around. It doesn't slide a lot. Like as I'm doing that, the base layer is pretty much stuck to the Fanatic, and it's turning with me. But yeah, I'll show you the difference in the hood. So the Fanatic being much tighter. So yeah, like it doesn't move, it doesn't flop. Here, I'll pull it down. Actually, you can see how tight it is. See, it stays tight against my face, like pushed right against my face. So maybe, you know, people with a bigger head than me, I could see how that would be maybe uncomfortable. So I can understand why they made it more loose. But like the hood itself on the Merino 330 is a lot more loose than on this Fanatic. So I'm not going to you know, put Sitka down for that, because I can understand, like, you know, I'm not a huge guy, so I can see, you know, probably that a lot of their market may have found the original Fanatic hoodie to be too tight in the face and hood area, so they loosened it up for them. I mean, I don't want to put words into their mouth, but I could see that being a possibility. So yeah, I think that's about it for comparisons and stuff like that. Like I said, it seems like a very nice piece of equipment. I'm looking forward to trying it out in the field, and to see, you know, just how it is, the difference between the polyester and then the Merino. I like the features of it. I'm not exactly thrilled about the mask fitment, but you know, if I'm wearing a hat underneath it or something like that, I should be able to tighten it up a little bit more. But sometimes I'm still wearing the neck gaiter anyway, so I wouldn't be using the mask. But yeah, apart from that, you know, I probably won't miss the mitten things too much. But the number one thing was what I really want to get out of this video for you guys is that it is not nearly as thick as the 350 furnace. So if anyone has their hands on, you know, the 350 furnace from First Lite, and then you're picking this up because you thought it would be like the equivalent thickness, it's not. It's more like a 220, in my opinion, anyways. I mean, I didn't build the thing, so for all I know, okay, yes, it's 330, and maybe it's the nylon around it that's shrinking it, but it does not feel, nearly as robust and warm to the touch. Anyways, it's just feeling it. The furnace feels warmer than the 330 hoodie. Like I said before, it's more like a kiln, which is a 220. So take that for what it's worth. In my opinion, if you already have a Fanatic, and you don't want to pay, full price for the 330, definitely wait for it to go on sale, because the difference is, I think it's like $50 more than the Fanatic. So the difference is, I don't think it's worth that much of a difference. But if you don't have a Fanatic, and you're shopping around, and the mittens don't interest you, or you don't like polyester or anything like that, or fleece or whatever, you want to stick with the natural fibers and the scent properties that you can get out of the Merino, then yeah, by all means, it's a great piece of equipment. But if you already have a Fanatic, and you're looking at it like, oh, it's going to be a real nice thick version of the Fanatic, so it'll help me out that much more in the cold temperatures, I can't see it being such a huge difference. But again, I haven't tried it, so maybe my opinion will change after this season, compared to right now as the initial look at it. So yeah, so hopefully, as a first look, that was kind of helpful for anyone who is trying to decide whether or not they should pull the trigger on the 330 right now. But yeah, once I get it out for a season under my belt, I'll be able to give more of a definitive review on it. So anywho, guys, I hope you guys are enjoying your time outside, and looking forward to the season. And I'm sure the season started for a lot of you already, so wish you all good luck, and yeah, until next time.